All right, let's dive in. Today we're breaking down the really ambitious new corporate strategy for WHT Global. Now this is a massive company with a hand in everything from energy to finance, and they've just rolled out a detailed blueprint for their future. We're going to unpack exactly how it's all supposed to work.
You know, this question really gets to the heart of what WHT Global is trying to do. See, the company is made up of 5 incredibly powerful, successful divisions. But for a long time, they've been operating like brilliant soloists. The new mission? To get them all playing together, in harmony, to create something way bigger and more powerful than the sum of the individual players.
So who are these soloists? Well, here they are. You've got energy infrastructure, real estate development, financial services, technology solutions, and construction. I mean, each one of these is a powerhouse business in its own right. But the real challenge, and frankly, the huge opportunity, is that they've been pretty separate until now. The real magic is getting them to work together.
So how do they do it? Their solution is this master plan they've called Project Ascend. Think of it as the strategic framework designed to weave these 5 separate pillars into a single, cohesive global force. And that's what we're going to unpack right now, step by step. All right, here's our game plan. We'll start with the big picture, their unified vision. Then we'll dig into the 3 core pillars that make it all happen, getting synchronized, activating synergy, and rolling out a powerful expansion playbook. And to wrap it all up, we'll see exactly how they're going to measure success.
So let's kick things off with that unified global vision. At the absolute core of Project Ascend is a simple but powerful 3-pillar framework that's going to guide every single decision they make.
Think of these as the 3 core ingredients in their recipe for success. First, synchronization. That's all about getting everyone on the same team working as one. Second, synergy activation. This is where they leverage that teamwork to become a true global powerhouse. And third, expansion. This is the formula for how they'll grow and grow fast.
Okay, let's really get into that first pillar, synchronization. This is the absolute foundation for the entire strategy. It's all about creating one single cohesive ecosystem where everyone is on the same page.
And the very first thing they have to do is build what they call a unified digital backbone. The best way to think of this is like a digital nervous system for the whole company. By plugging everything into integrated platforms, things like ERP for operations, CRM for customers, they can connect every single part of the business. It lets data and great ideas flow completely freely.
And this is where you really see the payoff. Before, everything was separate. You had isolated systems, you couldn't see the whole picture, and decisions were slow. But afterwards, everything's connected. You get a full 360-degree view of your clients, and you can even use AI to make smarter, faster decisions. It's a complete shift from 5 separate companies into one sleek, interconnected machine.
Okay, so once everyone's plugged into this digital backbone, what happens next? Well, for the first time, they can all start working towards the same goals, using the same metrics. We're talking 100% data visibility, 24/7 real-time monitoring. It creates total transparency, and even better, it sparks innovation across all the different sectors.
All right, so the house is in order. Everyone's in sync. Now we get to Pillar 2, activating synergy. This is where WHT Global takes all that internal power and starts flexing its muscles on the world stage to become a true pan-regional powerhouse.
And their big move here is something called the geo-cluster strategy. It's kind of like divide and conquer, but in a good way. They're setting up these regional hubs, one in the Balkans for Europe, another in Dubai for the Middle East and North Africa. This lets them act with local smarts and expertise, but with the full power and support of the entire global organization behind them.
Okay, that all sounds great on paper, right? A fantastic strategy. But it begs the question, how do you actually prove this integrated model works in the real world? How do you show clients and investors that this synergy thing is for real?
And this is their answer. It's brilliant. They're launching these flagship projects that showcase everything they can do together. Take this future of smart communities idea. It pulls in their real estate team to build smart buildings, their energy team to add renewables and battery storage, and their finance team to cook up totally new investment models. The community itself becomes a power plant, trading energy back to the grid. Now that is synergy in action.
And here's what's so smart about this whole thing. That flagship project, it's not a one-off. Which brings us to the third and final pillar, the expansion playbook. They've literally created a repeatable formula to grow and grow fast anywhere in the world.
And at the heart of this playbook is what they call modular deployment.
Seriously, the easiest way to picture this is with Legos. They've created standardized systems and digital blueprints that let them snap projects together faster, cheaper, and with higher quality, no matter if they're in Europe, Asia, or anywhere else.
And just look at the results this playbook delivers. The numbers are staggering. We're talking about delivering projects 60% faster, slashing construction time by 40%, and because their systems are so intelligent, they're even boosting energy trading margins by 25%. These are game-changing efficiencies.
So, they have this incredible plan, but how are they going to keep score? How will they know if they're actually winning? That brings us to our final piece, measuring the mission.
Look, they are not messing around. The timeline is tight and super clear. They hit the ground running in early 2024, building the foundation. They're in acceleration mode right now with those flagship projects, and they expect to be in full-on expansion by early 2025. The end goal? To hit all their major targets and claim market leadership by the end of 2025. This is not some vague hope. It's a concrete plan with hard deadlines.
So, let's talk about the big goals. First up, revenue. They are aiming for a consolidated revenue of 2.5 billion euros by 2025. That's the big top-line number that proves the whole integrated machine is growing. Then there's the profit margin. They're shooting for a 25% EBIT margin. And what that really tells you is that this new, synchronized model isn't just bigger, it's way smarter and more profitable thanks to all those efficiencies we talked about.
And it's not just about profit. It's about how efficiently they use their money. They're targeting a 15% blended return on invested capital across the entire portfolio. That shows they're confident that every part of this machine, from real estate to energy, is going to be a high performer.
And finally, maybe the most ambitious target of all, they plan to deploy a massive 5 gigawatts of renewable energy capacity by the end of 2025. This one number shows you the true scale of their ambition and firmly positions them as a huge player in the global energy transition.
It all boils down to this one powerful idea: integrated excellence across borders, smart infrastructure, smarter capital. So what's the big takeaway here? WHT Global isn't just building things anymore, it's building an entirely new, integrated model for what a global, sustainable infrastructure company can be. Which really makes you wonder, right? What could this kind of fully integrated approach mean for the future of our cities and our energy grids?